First of all, I want to say prayers up to JT, man. Horrific injury. Huge Jayson Tatum fan, being a Duke fan, but just a really bad way to see him go out. He had a top five performance, MVP type performance. Jayson Tatum was amazing tonight on both sides of the ball. And it just sucks for him to go out like that. Jayson Tatum had 42, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. He was amazing tonight. He's the only reason this game probably wasn't a 15-point Knicks win in the second half. Jayson Tatum was amazing. That's all I can say. 16 of 28 from the field. This was one of those games Jayson Tatum was taking over. Now, with that being said, the Knicks are up 3-1. The boys came to play today. They came to play. This is the best Knicks game we've seen offensively all series, for sure. This is the best they played for 48 minutes. This is the best they played for 48 minutes. And they were responding to some terrible refereeing. Let's be honest. The refereeing was very one-sided for the Celtics. They shot 26 free throws to our 12, though we had double the amount of points in the paint. I think they had 32 points in the paint to our 64. Yeah, we shot double the amount of points in the paint. Against a jump shooting team, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Some of the calls, especially the one against Josh Hart where he's standing completely still, and it got over. It was still an unsuccessful challenge because the width of his. I mean, he's standing completely still. I don't know what else you want to do. They said that his legs are too far spread apart, which is just complete bullshit. The rest tried everything to keep Boston in this game, but they just couldn't overcome the Knicks tonight. Jalen Brunson was spectacular. We finally got a superstar versus superstar real duel. Like, it was a real duel in the fourth. Jayson Tatum would respond. Then Jalen Brunson would come down, score. Then Jayson Tatum would respond. Then Jalen Brunson would give him another bucket. Not that they were giving each other buckets, but they were both responding on their respective ends offensively, and it was just amazing to see. It was definitely shaping out to be one of those games. It still was one of those games because by the time Jayson Tatum got hurt, the Knicks got the steal and were pulling away. I think we went up 9. I think it was 904-103 after Jaylen Brown turned over the ball and OG Anunoby went down to dunk it. And the Knicks were probably going to run away with that one at that point with just under 3 minutes left to go. So I don't want to have revisionist history. What I really don't want is revisionist history where people are like, well, Game 4 was close until Jayson Tatum got hurt. No, the Knicks were running away with Game 4 at the time Jayson Tatum got hurt. And the Celtics were self-imploding in the clutch again, as they've done in years past. Jayson Tatum, unfortunately, got injured this time, so I just hope there's not revisionist history. Moving on to my Knicks, though. Jalen Brunson played a complete game, played great defense, 39 points, 12 assists, 14 of 25, was completely unguardable, 3-point. He shot 4 of 8 from 3-point range, got to the line finally after, I think we went 22 minutes without a free throw. I'm not going to talk about the roughing, but he also had 5 rebounds. Jalen Brunson was everywhere in this game, getting his teammates involved. And that's what we need. We don't need Brunson ball all the time. We need to get the teammates going. And since we got the teammates going, Karl-Anthony Towns had a huge game. He had some questionable foul calls. He was getting hacked a bit, but he stayed with it, stayed in it, didn't cry like he usually does. 11 of 15 tonight. Straight paint work, straight mid-range work. Super proud of Cat. He had 11 rebounds, so 23 and 11 for Cat. OG stepped up big, especially in the third quarter. He had some big, timely threes. OG was huge for us tonight. Was also great defense. He tried his best against Tatum. Tatum was hitting some ridiculous shots, and he kept hunting out Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. So, I mean, you got to tip your cap to him. Mikal Bridges. We gave 5 picks for Mikal Bridges. A lot of slander has been going to Mikal Bridges' way, so I hope he's getting the same amount of hate he be getting as the same amount of love. I know it's tough playing in New York, whether it's baseball, football, whatever it is, Yankee, Giant, Jet, Nick. We're not including the Nets in this, but Ranger. Hard to play in New York. He never let it get to him. Huge performance today. The 3 ball wasn't dropping, but the midi was. 11 of 21. Mikal Bridges could not miss in the fourth quarter. He kept the game close, and he kept the lead while Jalen Brunson sat for his little rest in the fourth that he takes at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Mikal Bridges was huge. 7 rebounds, 4 steals, 3 assists. Josh Hart did his thing. Just all the little things. Obviously, wasn't that impactful scoring tonight. He was only 2 for 7, but still had 9 rebounds. He had 5 assists. Played great defense. Got some questionable foul calls, but it is what it is. Huge. Mitchell Robinson was doing his thing defensively. 8 rebounds, a lot of offensive rebounds. I think he had 5 offensive rebounds, giving us extra possessions. I think we shot 13 more shots than the Celtics tonight, and that was a huge credit to the double big lineup that we had out on the floor. Mitch Robinson, and shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Going back to what's been working the first couple of games, don't get afraid. Don't overreact to the Celtics coming out shooting well. They shot 12 of 24 in the first half. They were shooting amazing. Derek White got off to a hot start. But Tibbs not overreacting to the 3-point shots going in, trusting Cat on an island, trusting the switches, trusting that eventually the Celtics would get into their bad habits of playing iso ball, sidestep threes, constantly putting up threes. The 3-point shot's not going in the entire night. You just gotta believe that. Just like the Celtics want to play mathematic basketball, analytic basketball, you just got to trust that no team is shooting 50% the entire night. As long as we get good contests, late contests, you got to trust the numbers. And that's exactly what happened. I believe after the first half, they shot 6 of 24, and most of those 3-pointers came from Jayson Tatum. Everyone else was off. And as you see, man, not the Celtics, but the Knicks were able to come back and pull away with a huge third and fourth quarter from Jalen Brunson. We got to start having top 10 talks about Jalen Brunson. Like, legitimate top 10 players in the NBA, Jalen Brunson needs to be in them talks. He needs to be in them talks. I don't have my list right now, but he needs to be in this talk. I don't feel like that's hyperbolic or that's a recency bias. No. Jalen Brunson is one of them guys. We need to start including him in these top 10 talks. He always performs, clutch player of the year, has the best defenders on him. I don't even care about the height because, like, that is what it is, but huge. Miles McBride, huge. Peyton Pritchard came back to earth tonight. He still had some clutch buckets, but he scored more slate. Kristaps Porzingis was terrible. I know he's sick, but they really needed Kristaps tonight, and he didn't show up. Jaylen Brown was not good in the second half. He started off the game good, but he was not good in the second half. He had 4 turnovers again, 5 fouls, just not good. Drew Holiday, Al Horford were, doing their thing. They're playing defense. That's not who we're looking for from scoring, but it would be great if they contributed a little bit more than they did. Drew Holiday, 4 points, Al Horford, 5. Couldn't contain Brunson if you're Drew Holiday, so not a good game for the rest of the cast. Tatum was definitely backpacking them until he got hurt. Also, huge shout out to the Knicks coaching staff, realizing when and when not to use Mitchell Robinson, taking him out the game for pressure to when we got in the bonus, so that they couldn't hack a Mitch. Kept Mitchell Robinson in for the key minutes. If they were going to hack a Mitch and we were going to get in the bonus, we would take him out. If not, then Mitchell Robinson can stay in. And then also Mitchell Robinson not going up immediately after he gets a rebound to get hacked. Just a smart team performance. We were a little sloppy at times, but you saw the effort there. They responded to every punch. They didn't let the whistles get to their head. Just great performance. The Garden was electric. You could feel it through the TV. I'm just proud of this team, man. No one gave them a chance. And they're one game away from the first time in 25 years from going back to the Eastern Conference Finals, possibly to play the Pacers. I'm not going to count the Cavs out because I do think the Cavs will win Game 5, and then it comes down to Game 6, in my opinion. But Knicks still gotta finish this. We still gotta finish this. Yes, JT's hurt, but Celtics are still a really good team. But it does feel good to go up 3-1 because a lot of people, even when the Knicks were up 2-0, A lot of people were saying the Celtics will win in the next 4 games because of the shooting. The shooting will come back, especially after the way we lost Game 3. People were like, this series is over. The Celtics have full momentum. They're going to win the series. So for the boys to come out here in the biggest game in Knicks history in the last 25 years and perform like this, that was special. That's definitely one the boys are going to remember for a long time. Moving on to the next game. I started recording this while the game was on. Oh, okay. Timberwolves 117-110. It really wasn't that close. It was really a 20-point blowout for most of the second half. It was a good game until the second half. Anthony Edwards has a huge buzzer beater to beat the second half, and that momentum carried on. Anthony Edwards had finished with 30 points. He was huge. Julius Randle was phenomenal. Julius Randle realized that no one on the court could guard him, and he did his thing. But the main takeaway from this game is Kuminga did his thing. Buddy Hield, I mean, he wasn't fantastic, but, Buddy Hield did what he was supposed to do. Draymond did what he's supposed to do, gave you 14-7. Who else? I said Kuminga, he gave you 23. Jimmy Butler. Yes. 9 shots. No Steph Curry. We need 1 game to get Steph Curry back for Game 6, realistically. And you come out here and give us 9 shots. I just want to say, Pat Riley was right. Pat Riley was right about Jimmy Butler. Pat Riley was 100,000% right about Jimmy Butler. $60 million a year for Jimmy Butler is not correct. And I'm not trying to hear he was injured because he was moving fine. He just dropped 33 last game. Maybe you could say he was gassed. Actually, he was a -30. He was a -30 in a pivotal Game 4. And we've seen Jimmy Butler play through injury. I was like, oh, maybe he's injured. No, I've seen Jimmy Butler play through worse. Just unaggressive, turned into basically Ben Simmons, a worse Tobias Harris. I can't even say a worse Tobias Harris because at least Tobias Harris would have gotten some shots. At least that, right? He was awful. He was fucking awful. This is a fucking embarrassment. And if you're a Jimmy Butler fan, this is sad. 14 points and 9 shots in 34 minutes. And it was a close game in the third. When the Timberwolves started going out on their run in the middle of the third quarter, Jimmy Butler was being passive, just passing it out like he's Steve Nash or something. Getting 2 feet in the paint where he can pull up for his patent mid-range jumper. And he just looked uninterested. He looked uninterested out there, like he didn't want to score. What the fuck is that? We're paying you $60 million a year. We just need you to get us 1 game to get Steph Curry back, and you put on a performance like this? Mind you, last game, he had 33, and he was playing great for 3.5 quarters. 3 1/4 quarters. Because the last 8 minutes in a game that they needed in Game 3, a game they could have won. This game they could have won too. But Game 3, they definitely could have won. You go the last 8 minutes without scoring. I think he also went like the last 5 minutes without taking a shot. Is he trying to prove something to the Warriors staff? Did someone make him mad? Like, he's trying to prove y'all can't do this without me? We need your fucking help, Jimmy. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. 9 shots? It's fucking... Pods tried. He tried. I mean, he's just been off this series. And that's going to happen for role players. At least he was playing hard. But Jimmy Butler he was getting blown by Jaden McDaniels sometimes. Like, did something happen? I don't know. I don't want to get into people's personal life. I have to assume that he's injured. Because this is I'm not going to lie, this is the most disappointing Jimmy Butler playoff performance I've seen in my life. This is the most disappointing one. And he deserves the slander with it. I apologize if we find out that something was wrong with his family or something, or like something happening or he was hurt tremendously bad and he was pushing through. But like he was moving fine. 9 shots. Why is Draymond not cussing? He took less shots than Buddy Hield, Pods. He took less shots than Draymond Green. He took less shots than Draymond Green. Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And he was 5 for 9. He was a fit. Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. Someone's got to answer. He's got to answer for this. I got to hear the post game after this. The Timberwolves are up 3-1. They're going to win this series. It doesn't even matter if Steph comes back. They're going to win this series. Unless Steph comes back 100% and he's just not, they're going to win this series. Ant's not losing 3 in a row. I'm sorry. They needed one game. They needed to be 2-2. Go down 3-2. Then it's doable. I expect the Timberwolves to close this out at home. It looks like the Warriors know they're outmatched and kind of looks like they're quitting. Especially when Jimmy Butler's only going to give you 9 shots. It also looks like he's quitting. This is the first time I feel like Jimmy Butler quit on a team when they went down like 13 at one point. When the Timberwolves went on the run, it looked like Jimmy Butler quit. Sitting in the corner, not trying to get, it looked like it quit. I'm sorry. That's the only way to express that. As for the lottery, the Mavs get the first pick. And my honest thoughts on this is bullshit. This is complete bullshit. And congratulations to Maverick fans. Only due to the fact that y'all did not deserve the Luka trade. Maverick fans seem to be decent people. They root hard for the team. They're a proud fan base. Maverick fans are. And what happened to them when they traded Luka was devastating. But there's no shot in hell that 2 years in a row, a 1.8% team or I don't even know what the Hawks were last year, but a team that really shouldn't have, a playing team basically, gets the number 1 pick. What the fuck is going on? Where the fuck is David Stern? This is fucking ridiculous. I don't understand this. I would have been happier if he went to the Spurs. I'm not going to lie. I would have been happier if Cooper Flagg went to the Spurs. And I mean, it's a good situation for Cooper Flagg, so I'm happy for him. But, like, this is bullshit. Nico Harrison, people are going to look back on the Luka trade, and it's not going to look as bad as it should. It's a fucking terrible trade. It was fucking terrible when he did it. It was gonna go down as one of the worst trades. There was gonna be documentaries, and now the Mavericks get a number 1 generational player out of it. There had to be deals cut under the table for Luka to get paid to go to a big market to save the ratings or something, and in return we're gonna get Cooper Flagg, because the trade made no sense to begin with, and now they get fucking Cooper Flagg, and they got Paige Beckers. This makes no sense. What are they building in Dallas? What are they trying to build up in Dallas? I don't get it. This makes no sense. We got to do something with the lottery. Playing teams should not be able to they should be eliminated from the lottery. Or something. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. Like, Nico Harrison really gets to escape with making one of the worst trades that you have ever seen. Like, the dumbest trade you've ever seen. Kyrie gets hurt. AD is on and off. And they get rewarded with Cooper Flagg. The Hornets have been in poverty. The Wizards aren't a good basketball team. The Jazz aren't a good basketball team. Yes, some of these people are tanking a little bit more, but, like, regardless, they would have been one of the 8 worst basketball teams. Can we give these smaller market teams a little hope? Okay, see, got all these picks. You see what happens when a smaller market team actually gets a good team. The fans show up. And they reward There's got to be a conspiracy theory with this. I'm sorry, there has to be a conspiracy. There's something we don't know about. There's something we don't know about, because this doesn't make any sense. I want to be happy for Dallas Mavericks fans, but this is complete bullshit. How? Me as a Knicks fan, I mean, I'm happy my Knicks are doing well. I'm glad we're not in the lottery. But if we were in the lottery and that would have happened to me, I would have been losing my mind. Like, as a Hornets fan, I don't think the 76ers deserved it. That would have been wild too. But, like, if you're a Wizards fan, if you're a Pelicans fan, one of those teams, this is fucking terrible. What the fuck? I'm speechless for how they even got. This is even a top 4 pick is ridiculous. It's unfathomable that they got the first pick in the NBA draft. And the Hornets were the 4th pick. They weren't even. It wasn't even like, oh, we're gonna get 1 or 2. We're gonna get the 4th pick. Where were the Jazz were out the top 5, right? Are we just rebuilding big market teams? Excluding the Spurs, but the Spurs got historical legacy, so a lot of people know who the Spurs are, and they got Wemby, obviously. What the fuck is this? This puts the Spurs in a great position to go get Giannis now. Because I assume they're gonna trade the 2nd pick, obviously, and go get Giannis now. We'll talk about more of that later in another video, but yeah, that's all I can say. This is bullshit. Shout out my Knicks, man. We're up 3-1. Let's just close this out on Wednesday, man. That's all I gotta say. Let's close this out on Wednesday, man. First time in 25 years, man. I'm out.